And as you make your way to child's pose, definitely feel free to adjust. Knees narrow or hip width apart. Setting your hips back on or between your heels. And just really taking some intentional sitting back of the heels and the hips and lengthening through the spine all the way up into the middle, upper back, shoulders. And then reaching through the fingertips, but then allowing the shoulders to come back and away from the ears and to settle in, to rest. And just do a short scan of the body, starting with the fingers and toes, the hands and the feet, arms and the legs. The chest, the back, the belly, hips. Just notice what you notice, because you have the next 30 minutes to take what you need out of the shapes that we're going to create today. So as always, I'm just a guide. So do as much as you would like, rest as much as you would like. But those intentional places that you might need some more breathing and stretching into, feel free to stay longer, or even to adjust the shape to work for you. Begin to breathe in and out through the nose and feel the body rise and fall with your breath. Feel the sensation of the body coming down with the breath, so decreasing the alertness of the nervous system. Just a sense of slowing down and really a safe shape, a grounded, held shape that we're in right now. On the next inhale, lengthen through the fingertips, reach through the hips, and then exhale, walk the hands over to the right side of your mat. Reach into that right corner of your mat, all the way through your pinky fingers as you set the hips back. Feel some lengthening and stretching on the left side of the body. Inhale to take the hands back through center. Exhale, take the hands off to the left. Reaching through pinky fingers, down through the hips. Open up through the side body. Inhale, take our hands back through center. And then walk the hands underneath the shoulders as you stack the shoulders over the hands. A few times cat-cow. As you push away, round through the back, tuck the chin, look towards the navel. Inhale to bring the belly button towards the mat, arch through the shoulders and the hips and look up. Exhale, push away. Really push into the tops of the feet and the fingertips. Inhale, find length as you reach through the hips, the shoulders, and the gaze. Exhale, last one, push away, breathe through that upper shoulders. Inhale, bring the belly button towards the mat, look up. And then exhale, come into your neutral tabletop. And as we find a neutral tabletop, knees are underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders. Let's go ahead and just extend our right arm forward. As we extend our right arm forward, you might need to take the left hand underneath the heart for better balance. Keep pushing into the left fingertips and the tops of the feet. On an inhale, I want you to start to reach more through that right hand and through the hips. Push through the left hand, and then just a little tucking around through the upper back. Inhale, bring it back to neutral spine. Exhale, push away, reach through the hand, push through the left hand, arch through the upper back. Inhale, come back to neutral. One more, just like that. Reach and round. Come back to neutral. This time, leave the right arm extended. Left leg comes back to float. As we extend the left leg back to float, we're in this balance challenge here. And I want you to think about the option to stay here and hold. You're really engaging that core strength and balance. If you want to add movement to this, you will just tuck it around on your exhale, knee and elbow come underneath the body. Inhale to reach and stretch through the fingertips, through the heel. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, reach and stretch. That's 2. One more. Make it intentional. Breathe through the upper back. Drive the knee in towards the chest. Inhale to lengthen. Pause. And then slowly set the leg and the arm down. Come back into tabletop. We'll go second side. You need to just kind of move around that left arm. That was a lot of actually strength in the shoulder and core strength. So feel free to do that. Right arm comes underneath the heart when you're ready. Left arm comes out strong. And then just a few times, reach to the fingertips, push through the right hand, a little bit of rounding of the back. And then again, inhaling to lengthen, come back to neutral spine. Exhale, reach back to neutral spine. One more, just like that. And as you come back to neutral spine with left arm flying, we'll go ahead and extend through the right leg. Find that balance challenge. Stay here and continue to breathe, or add movement with your breath. Exhale underneath, knee to elbow. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to tuck and round. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, tuck and round. One more, slow and controlled with your breath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to tuck and round. Inhale to lengthen, pause, hold strong. And then exhale, bring the hands and the knees down. From here, we're gonna go ahead and just take the right leg out to the side. Find a half child's pose. So we started in traditional child's pose. Hips are gonna come back towards the heel. Reach through the fingertips. Breathe into that right hip groin area. See if you can keep pushing through the blade edge of the right foot. Knee is soft. Give yourself some support with your arms for your head, or let your head come down. Take a little load off the shoulders. Soften through the fingertips. On an inhale, walk the hands back underneath. We're gonna go ahead and come up into kneeling from this position. So keep that right leg out. Stacking shoulders over hips, pull the belly button up into the low back, and then reach the top of the head. Arms come all the way together. Big reach and stretch on your inhale. Exhale, come off to the left-hand side. Think of this as a side plank. So with a little bit more support, you might drop that left hand down. But if you want to work on more core activation, keep that left arm up to float. See how far you can let yourself reach through the blade edge of the right foot, through the fingertips. And then just hold here as you feel that rumbling in your midsection to hold you up. A few more breaths. Keep reaching out of the hips. Try not to dump into those hips. Inhale, take it back up. And then just 3 times. Let's move with our breath. Exhale off to the left. Inhale, back up. Feel the engagement to drive you off to the side and back up to start. Inhale, back to center. One more, just like that. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, let's just let the arms come down. We'll put them on the floor to support. Tuck the right leg in. We'll go to second side. Left leg comes out, push through blade edge. Sit back, half child's pose, second side. Breathing into the left hip. We had some requests for some core strength, so we're piecing that into our flow today. And as we think about core strength, it's really everything between the shoulders and the hips. So we're really working on posture and activation of all that entire area. On an inhale, take the hands back up underneath the shoulders and then come up strong. Stacking shoulders over hips, reach all the way up. Exhale off to the right side of the room this time. Hold. Remember your options. You're really long from the floating fingertips down to the blade edge of the left leg. Option to take the right arm down for support. Can you reach through the hips and the top of the head more? If you fall over in your own living room, it's fine, because nobody will see you, and you're on mute, so we won't hear it either. 3 times linking movement with breath. Inhale to come up. Exhale, come to the side as much as you'd like to challenge yourself. Reach and stretch. Inhale back up to center. Exhale off to the side. Last one each way. Inhale up. Exhale to the side. Inhale up. And then pause, release. Let's take that left leg underneath. We're gonna tuck the toes behind us, step back, down dog. Hips come up to the sky. So as you're pushing your hips up to the sky, equal pressure through fingertips and heels. Really reach through the palms. And then feel free to walk your dog into the heels, ankles, knees, and hips. See if you can release the shoulders from the ears. Just create a little space. On your next inhale, we're just gonna set the knees down, and then exhale, we're gonna take the body all the way to the ground. So make your way to your belly. And this is part of core, right? The posterior chain. So I want us to take our hands forward and our legs out, and then just a little bit of a reach and stretch through fingertips and toes. Breathing into the belly. On your next inhale, I want you to lift your right arm and your left leg. So opposite arm, opposite leg, reach through fingertips and heel. Feel the back of the body engage. The opposite limbs are there for support. Gaze is down and forward to keep the neck in line. Exhale, set that down. Opposite side, inhale, lift the left arm, right leg. And as I say lift, I really want you to think about lengthening. So really reaching through the front and back of your mat. Exhale to bring it down. One more each side. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, bring it down. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, push through hands and knees, tabletop plank position, shift back, find your down dog. From down dog, look towards the hands, bend or float, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, feel the back, reach through the tailbone, top of the head. Exhale to come back down, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, push through all four corners of the feet. Big reach and stretch as you come up to stand. Exhale, sit back into your chair pose. Hips are back. As we come back into our chair pose, most of our weight is behind us in those strong glutes. We're reaching through the spine to the top of the head. We're grounding through all four corners of our feet. Light pressure in the knees and the toes. Keep reaching and stretching. You got this. Exhale, take the hands to heart center and a gentle twist to the right side of the room. Try to avoid the bind here. We're going to come through this one more time. So see if you can keep the integrity of the spine really long and just reach and look over that right shoulder as much as you can. Exhale, bring it through center. Pause. Big inhale to lengthen. Exhale off to the left side. Find a gentle twist in your chair. Option to look over the left shoulder. Keep the spine long. Retract the shoulders. Everything's engaged and firing up to hold us in this chair position. Inhale to bring it through center, and then come all the way up, release those legs. Exhale, forward fold, top of the head to the toes. Inhale, halfway lift, strong back. Exhale, plant the hands, walk the hands, feet out, down dog. From down dog, soft knees, walk, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Let's come through that again. This time a little bit more twist in the chair. Rise up strong. Look up. Maybe gaze up. Slight back bend. Exhale. Come into your chair pose. Floating the hands down through heart center. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to twist to the right. This time option to progress. Take that left tricep on the outside of the right leg. Only if you can keep that spine long. And then option to maybe even open the arms for dragonfly arms. Look up towards the floating fingers, or maybe if that's too much on the gaze, you could look towards the grounded feet. Check that your weight is still shifted back in those hips. On an exhale, hands come together if they're not already there, and we come through center. Big inhale to lengthen through center. As we come to second side, we're almost there. I know the legs are getting a little thunderstorm in them. Option to take the right tricep to the outside of the left leg. Keep the spine long, maybe open up the arms. Rotate that heart up to the sky, looking towards floating fingers or grounded feet. A few more breaths and we're coming up to stand. Exhale, hands come through center all the way. And then, yeah, let's release those legs. Big reach and stretch up. Good work, everybody. Exhale, tee the arms, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, walk the hands and the feet out. Find your down dog. From down dog, shift forward into plank pose. Shoulders are over the hands, pushing through fingertips. Reach to the heels, squeeze the glutes. We're coming all the way down, belly. So option to drop the knees for support, and then really take your time. Elbows come to the outside edges of your room. Belly comes all the way down. And then this time, hands are coming forward. Feet are back, just like before, but we're gonna take them together versus separate. So as the hands and the feet are down, we're gonna lift both arms and legs. And as we lift, we reach through the fingers and the toes. Hold. As we're holding here, feel the belly rise and fall with your breath. So we should be able to breathe. And as we hold ourselves up strong, think about retracting those shoulders away from the ears, down and back. Squeeze the glutes. 2 more big, solid breaths. Feel the body rise and fall. On that exhale, slowly bring it down. We're gonna do 1 more. As we rest here, you might take your hands together, make a little pillow. You could even windshield wiper your legs, so bend your knees and just sway side to side. And then we'll take the legs long, reach through the hands 1 more time, up to hold. On your inhale, reach through fingertips, through the toes. And as you're trying to hold the shoulders, the neck, and the head up, and you're trying to lift the thighs and the legs up, keep breathing. So if you can't maintain your breathing, maybe just come a little bit lower, or maybe you take the legs down and keep the arms up, or opposite. So be able to maintain your breathing for 3, 2. On your exhale, slowly lower everything down. We'll take hands underneath shoulders, push through hands and knees, tabletop plank pose, and then shift back into down dog. From down dog, inhale, float the right leg high. As this right leg's floating, let's reach through the heel all the way up into the glute. Push down into the left heel, lengthen through that left leg. Really strong 3-legged dog here. When you're ready, an inhale swoops that right leg through. We're gonna take the back foot parallel. We're coming all the way up for warrior 2, so big cartwheel. We really take advantage of this left body side stretch as we cartwheel up for warrior 2. It doesn't have to be pretty. As we cartwheeled up for warrior 2, that right knee is pushing into all 4 corners of the foot. We're lengthening through the back blade edge of the foot up into the glute on the left side. Shoulders are down and away. Keep the legs where they are in your really strong warrior 2 position. Inhale to take it forward from the hips. Exhale, really lift out of the hips all the way up to those floating fingertips. Option to look up, or maybe keep the gaze neutral. Breathe into that right side body. Inhale to take it back to warrior 2. Exhale, find your side angle. So legs stay just where they are. I just tick-tocked my hips over to that right side. And then as we're in this side angle, I want you to think about opening up the belly and the heart up to the sky. And you might even take this right arm down lower. Have a little conversation with your knee pushing into the tricep and the tricep into the knee. Keep lifting this left hip up, rotating the front of the body up. Remember your option for gaze. If you want to breathe into that neck more, left arm can come behind the back into the right hip crease. Look towards the big right toe. So play around with that side angle. I know most of you have been here every week, so you know a lot of these options. So take what you need today. Exhale, release the bind that you have, and then inhale, bring it back up to warrior two. Beautiful. From here, we're gonna turn the toes forward. So I know you're in some other sort of shape, which is fine. And we're gonna go ahead and just come into a wide-legged forward fold. So reach the arms back, reach the hips up, come all the way down in your forward fold. And as you come down in your forward fold, let the arms hang heavy, let the head hang heavy. Shift your weight into the heels, hips up. See how that feels in the back of the legs. And then play around with shifting your weight into the balls of the feet. Breathing into the back of the body. On your inhale, we're gonna go ahead and come to the right side for just a little side lunge. Breathing more into that left hip. Option to stay here or plant through the left hand and just take a little rotation as you take the right arm up to the sky. In this position, we're still retracting our shoulders and we're keeping our spine long. So a good intentional reminder about the core strength we're gaining in this shape. Exhale, take that floating right arm down, and then we're gonna lunge over to the left side. Finding our support here as we ground through all four corners of the left foot. Right arm is underneath. And then option to stay here, maybe rotate that left arm up to the sky. The more pressure you take off this right arm, you can hold yourself up and get a little bit more core challenge. Exhale to bring the left floating arm down. And from this wide-legged forward fold, we're gonna walk the hands and the toes to the top of our mat. Take the back foot up to meet the front foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, take it all the way up to standing. Big reach and stretch, you got it. Pause here in this standing mountain pose. Squeeze the glutes, push through the feet. And then as you do that, think about reaching and looking up, maybe just a little back bend. Open up through the hips, the core. Exhale, draw the elbows into the sides of the body. As you hold this shape, we just broaden more through the heart and the collarbones. Breathe into the front of the body. One more deep inhale. Exhale, hands come together, forward fold, come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, walk the hands and the feet back. Down dog. One more standing float here. We'll go to that second side. Inhale, floats the left leg up. Pause in three-legged dog. Push through that right heel. Breathe into the back of the right leg. Left leg is strong as it floats its way all the way through the top of your mat. Turn the back right foot parallel. And then that strong cartwheel, right body stretch, come up into warrior two. Second side, warrior two. Let's make sure we have our strong warrior legs underneath. Left knee pushes into all four corners. Shoulders are back and retracted. When you're ready, tick-tocking forward from the hips. Exhale, reverse. Breathe into the left side of the body. We're building some heat today with that core request. I like it. On your inhale, come back to warrior two strong. Exhale, side angle. So we're reaching through the opposite side of the body. Pushing and reaching that right hip up, front of the body to the sky. Check that your back right leg is active, so you're driving into the blade edge of your right foot all the way up into the glute. And as you think about keeping those strong legs, option to come lower with the left arm, pushing into the knee and the knee into the tricep. Maybe that floating right arm comes behind the back into the left hip crease. And then to breathe into the right side neck, you might take the gaze towards the big left toe. On an exhale, we'll release any bind that we have, and inhale sets us all the way up. You got it. Turn the toes. Forward fold. Option this time to take the hands to the hips. Elbows come together like magnets behind you, and then reach the heart forward and the hips back. Coming all the way down. Keep the knees soft. Try not to lock out the knees. Head comes all the way down. And then arms dangle here. We'll take one more twist and standing before we come onto our backs and start to relax. So we're gonna take our hands to our right foot, left hand on top of right foot. Knees are soft here, just like we did before, but a little bit deeper in the stretch because we're not going into the side lunge. Hips are up and back, knees are soft. Reach the right arm up to the sky. So wide-legged twist. If this is too much on your neck, you can look down. You can still think about articulating your belly and your heart up as you keep your gaze down. Exhale, bring that right floating arm down. Walk your hands to the left foot. Right hand on top of the left foot. When you're ready, inhale, set yourself up to twist open towards that left shoulder. Maybe extend through the left arm. Reach the hips up and back. Try to take some pressure off of that right hand. See if you can hold yourself up on your own. Exhale, take the left floating arm down. And one more second just to pause in this wide-legged forward fold. As you feel ready, we're gonna turn the toes and everything to the top of our mat. Step the back foot up to meet the front foot. One more time, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We're gonna come all the way down. Hips are coming towards heels in this little ball shape. And then as you feel ready, we're just gonna take the hands back. And we're gonna take a few rock and rolls. So 3 times, hips to shoulders. And on that last one, we'll come to rest all the way on our backs and we'll come into happy baby pose. So knees are gonna drive down into the shoulders, feet up to the sky. First and second fingers around the big toes or outside edges of the feet. And then feel free to just rock on that low back. And you can make this more active as you draw your knees into that armpit area. See if you can push your feet against your hands as they wanna come up. So this active tension in both directions. And then we'll turn that happy baby shape into a ball shape of stretch for the low back. So knees come together. And then same thing, a little bit of rocking and rolling. Maybe tuck the chin to breathe through the upper shoulders of the neck. And then as you feel ready, we'll make our way into our final shape, which is our Shavasana. So extending the legs out, arms up, taking 1 minute to lay and rest. And at this point, make yourself as comfortable as possible, being intentional with taking this moment to just focus on our breathing. We'll take one hand to our heart and one hand to our belly if it's not there already. And just 3 times intentional full body breathing. Inhale, feel the heart, the belly, everything inflate. And then exhale, release, soften. 2 more times. Allow your breath to come back to your normal rhythm of breathing. And then feel free to just create a little bit of movement with the fingers on the hands, the toes, into the ankles and the wrist. And you could stay in Shavasana as always as long as you'd like. But if you'd like to slowly bend your knees and pull your knees up to your chest, and then you can make your way on one side and gently push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. We'll take one breath to end our practice together today. So as we sit tall, think about all the heat and core strength we did today. Big inhale takes us up. Exhale, hands to heart center. As always, it's so fun to move and breathe with you. Take this break in our day, ducks. Namaste. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you.
Yes, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Jessica.